Okay, so I was talking to a friend today, and she was interested in using a tool that has disappeared from her version of Vectorworks. She's using Vectorworks 2022, which won't run on my machine. So what I've got here is Vectorworks 2023, and she wanted to use the number stamp tool, and she can't find it in any of the palettes because it's a legacy tool. And so I'm going to show you how to add that kind of legacy tool back to your workspace. So right here I've got the Architect workspace. If we go to Tools, Workspaces, you can see it's Architect. So I could either edit this current workspace, but I prefer to leave the workspaces that ship with Vectorworks unadulterated. So I'm just going to go to the Workspaces dialog box here, and I'll go ahead and duplicate the Architect workspace. It'll call it Architect Copy. Let's go ahead and edit that. We'll call it Architect with number stamp. And then you can see that the Workspace Editor allows you to customize your menus or your tools or your key shortcuts. So in this case, the number stamp is a tool. And so on the right, these are the palettes that are in the workspace. There's the basic view draw palette, and then there are all your different tool sets. Kind of makes sense for the number stamp to live in dimensions and notes. So if we open up this widget, it reveals all of the tools that are in that palette. And over here on the right, we've got recent changes, 2D tools, 3D modeling, and so on. All these different categories of tools. So I'm just going to go to all tools. That way I don't have to worry about what category it's in. And I'm just going to scroll down to the ends. And look, there's number stamp. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that just above the general notes right there. There it is. So now it's part of the dimensions and notes tool set for this workspace. But a tool can be in multiple palettes at once, so I'm also going to add it to the view draw basic palette. And so I'm going to drag that over here to call out. If I drag it right over here, it'll be its own entry in the palette. But if I just drag it slightly to the right and underneath the callout, then it'll be a submenu of the callout. So it'll be right there under leader line. That may or may not be where you want it, but that's just where I'm putting it to demonstrate this. Great. And then if we want, we could go ahead and assign it a keyboard shortcut. So for example, Option Shift N. There we go. And so now Option Shift N will invoke the number stamp, hit OK, and it shows me a path where this custom workspace is now saved. And I'll hit OK to that. And it still has the Architect workspace activated, so I'll check Architect with number stamp and hit Done. And Vectorworks will reset. That'll take just a moment. And there it is. You can see that under the let's drag out the dimensions and notes palette here, and you can see that the number stamp tool is right here under the protractor. So I can click on it here and use that tool. And it's also tucked away in my basic palette right here. And of course, I can just hit Option Shift N, and that will activate the number stamp tool. So Option Shift N activates the number stamp tool, and click right there. So now that you've modified the workspace, you might want to share that workspace. So I may want to send that to my friend. And so in that case, what I would do is under Vectorworks Preferences over here, I could go to User Folders, and it'll show me that. So I'll reveal in Finder, because that's normally a hidden folder in your library. I'm on a Mac here, obviously. And so there it is. And that's the user folder for 2023. And over here are workspaces, and there's that customized workspace architect with number stamp, and the extension is .vww. And so I can go ahead and email that small file to my friend, and they can install it, of course, assuming that they're using Vectorworks 2023. All right, I hope that was helpful.